Greetings and salutations, ladies, gentlemen, and inbedorkables. Welcome back to the Zone's Outpost. I forgot the name of my own podcast. That's really good. I am the boy, and I'm here with that boys, TJ and Snooty here, for the first time in months, as we have taken a bit of a hiatus. But we back, and we're going strong. Say hello, my dudes.
Hello.
And now people can actually see who is speaking, so I don't want to hear any complaints about you have no idea who's talking at what point. You should know now.
You can normally piece together who's talking by the reaction of the person said talking.
And the accent.
And the accent.
Yeah, but people apparently couldn't hear the difference between you and TJ. Snooty.
What?
So
You should say it as a compliment. Chris.
I don't have a British accent. I don't say months.
I don't have a British
Or
accent
water.
either.
or battery.
Battery.
Oh,
Sorry. Let's not go into that again. That is going to take some hours before we leave again. So
You
yeah.
can just see the pain in his face.
But yeah, today we have a mission that was pitched to me by Snooty through an earlier recommendation from TJ, which was to kind of describe our gripes with humanity, which is why today we're going through our 7 deadly sins of man. And we all have our own pet peeves and annoyances in our lives, so let's hope that we can get some nice discussions, or maybe people just say, once again, that all my takes are wrong.
Yeah, we should go through these one by one. So 7 is the least bad, and then 1 is the worst.
Oh, we were ranking them?
I thought we were just going by the 7.
Not
We're
necessarily.
just going for the 7.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah, we can do that.
yeah, okay, fine.
But I would say
But one at a
I do
time.
1, TJ do 1,
Yeah.
Lofi do 1.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
sure.
idea was to compile a list of things that we could all agree on is the shittiest thing that people do.
Yeah,
some of
we
these are
could
gonna
do
be
that.
jokes, by the way.
Mm.
I'll start.
Yeah, sure. What's your
Watching
first deadly
anime
sins?
dubs. Watching anime dubs. It's
Oh,
you can't
No.
do that. It's a sin. It's a sin. You can't do it. It's destroying an art form. Whenever I've watched an anime where it's been I accidentally clicked on the dubbed, it's bad. We can't have it. It's so bad. The voice acting terrible, and that's the main thing about anime is the voice acting.
You broke TJ's heart in 2 tiny pieces with that.
But I don't care. If he watches dubs, that's on him. He should go straight to hell. There's no atonement for that sin. You can't you can spend the rest of your life donating all your money, doing philanthropy and helping people out in third world countries. But if you watch anime dubs, I don't know what to tell you.
I can't breathe.
Do you have something you want to say here? Or?
The fact that this is just... I'm more laughing because it's so perfectly well timed. Because I think over the past 3 days, I've watched about 15 episodes of the dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime.
No, bro.
And I've been loving every moment of it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's one of the few dubs that are good.
Let's burn some more. Oh no, the dubs are fucking terrible.
That's the
but
good
God,
thing
it's
about
so
it, though.
good.
You can't.
It's so bad it's gone out the other end and became good again.
But I just can't take it seriously because the voice acting is
That's
just.
why you watch shows that you don't take seriously anyway. It's freaking
What's the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
point-
They
what's the
decide
point of
everything
that?
with duels.
What's the point of that?
What? Because the
what's the point
voice
of
acting
duels?
is hilarious.
The point is the duels.
So that's my first of the 7 sins, and I'm sorry, TJ, but you're going to hell. I mean,
No, I've got a timeshare already there, so don't worry about it. I freaking rent that place out. I'm making a fortune.
I'm probably gonna be on this list for something. I don't know.
TJ's number 1 of the 7 deadly sins is snooty.
Oh, shit. Being snooty is just bad. Hey, is that a ramune you got there? What the hell?
Yep.
And you're not even sharing? I'm so disgusted by...
Wolfie can go next.
Basically in different countries.
But yeah.
Wolfie, go ahead. Share your first one. Unless you have any thoughts.
Aside from snooty being the first sin, I don't know if I can...
No, he's not the first sin.
Then what
He's
is...
the second. We'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Then what is your first?
Well, you're going next. I don't...
Oh, you are so sure that I'm going next. Okay.
Yeah, I think my reaction to my actual reaction to
He is shook it.
Crushes, the reaction to unshook of me will be addressed later on in my list.
Okay, sure. Well, my first deadly sin is ignorance. Just in general, ignorance. When you refuse to learn something because you just don't. Without any reasoning, I hate ignorance. I hate this whole thing where you are supposed to learn something new and you just refuse to learn it or refuse to do something better because you're ignorant. And there's a lot of people in this world that are very ignorant, that only thinks about themselves in that sense, where they don't care what you know or they don't care what science has proven. They will only believe in what they believe in themselves. And I do feel that people that are that ignorant should not be in public view. They should be at home and like a home helper or whatever they are called, a housemaiden. Let's go for a very old term there. But they should not go out into public if they're ignorant, because that is a sign that you are not adapting with life and culture and existing in this world. You have to adapt to new terms, new ways of talking to people, new ways of acting out in public. If you're ignorant and refuses to learn all these new things that changes over time, I don't like having you out in public view, because you're gonna give other people the stupid idea that you're right.
Well, yeah, it's hard to disagree with. So, because it was very broad, but
Chris Broad. No, not him.
but yeah,
it's broad. I think for me, it's more the refusal to change than the actual it's not keeping up with the times and terms. It's really not difficult.
No,
it really isn't. It doesn't. And a lot of the things I find that people get so steadfast in their own beliefs about, things that people refuse to change, is that it doesn't affect them actually at all.
No. It's on other people's behalf.
I also think there's a problem with, I agree with what you're saying, the refusal to learn new stuff is the real problem here. But I think the an underlying problem of that is how we go about talking or teaching people about the issues that people are ignorant about. I think that people are quick on the attack and not so much on finding maybe a common ground or finding a way to explain it to be beneficial to what you're trying to achieve, which is teaching somebody about a subject that they're ignorant about.
Someone that is ignorant in that definition and then is willing to change and to listen, that should be applauded. That should be encouraged. That should be the norm.
Yeah. So I will give you that maybe it's not ignorance as much as it's refusal that I hate. The whole aspect of just refusing to adapt.
Because I think everyone is ignorant about something.
Of course. That's how humans are.
And there's different levels of how severe that ignorance is. If you're prejudiced towards someone because you're ignorant about them, then that's a bigger problem than being ignorant about, recycling. Which is also bad, but...
Yeah, of course. But there's different levels of seriousness,
Yeah. So
we're talking about people contra, trash that don't really have any feelings. We can treat it as...
but not recycling is bad for the environment, and the environment is where we all live, and so there's also
Yeah, of course.
severity
yeah.
to that, but I would say like attacking people because of beliefs or race, gender, blah blah blah, is a much worse subject than that.
Yeah, it's a worse situation to really improve upon because of ignorance. But yeah, TJ, you've been sitting there
Sipping
in your throne, sipping that tea, and now we want to hear, what is your first sin?
The Boston Tea Party.
Damn.
No. That's only because she said I was just sitting drinking tea. No. My first deadly sin is okay, so I would say that, like, prefacing my 7 deadly things, there are things that annoy me. There is some serious, and there is a serious meaning behind these things, but in reality, I'm using like hyperbole and jokes just to really get the point across. Really.
Yeah.
So, one of my major gripes right now is, at the moment, I've written this down in my notes as parking fines.
Oh.
I'm talking about, but parking fines in the Christian's already freaking like muted and is laughing and chuckling to himself. That's fine, but it's more a case that, like, this happened to me a couple of weeks ago, and it actually leads more into what I think is the sin. Is that I had to pay a parking fine because I overstayed at a McDonald's. I was with one of my friends and we were inside just, eating food, and then we just bought some drinks. The problem, like, bought some tea, some coffee, and just sat and just talked, like being a paying customer. But a week later, I got an envelope in the post with a picture of my car, and I had overstayed the maximum allotted time in that place by 12 minutes, and I had to pay a £60 parking fine.
What the hell?
So my issue, well, that's one of my annoyances, but it comes more from fine print. It comes from terms and conditions. It's like, it feels to me that through the metric of like parking fines, it's like they just want to squeeze every bit of money out of you with just like some random bullshit. And it's like, well, if you quite clearly read the sign, it would say the maximum staying is 90 minutes. It's like, I go in car, I park in the car park, I didn't fucking read your terms and conditions, I don't read your fucking fine print, I want some freaking chicken nuggets, right? I'm just gonna go in there and eat. I don't care, I don't read all that. And you might say, well, you freaking deserved it, you didn't read it. I guarantee 95% of people do not read any of that shit. We don't care enough.
No, of course
and then
not.
It's like some random bullshit, arbitrary reason that I've got to give away 60 quid. Like, I don't even understand the logic behind it.
For 90 minutes, probably.
What?
But 95% of people staying at a McDonald's doesn't stay for that 90 minutes.
Exactly, but why is that a problem?
Yeah. Why is
Because
that
it's fast food. You gotta be
I got served
eat your
quickly.
shit, and then go out.
I went to this McDonald's at like 9 o'clock at night. There's no one in there. That's
No,
the thing. Like, the
I
argument is like, oh, if you're just sitting on a table and like you're just talking and loitering, those freaking teenagers loitering in my McDonald's, taking up all my car parking spaces. That's the whole reason for it. But I'm a paying customer. Like, I'm just there eating food and drinking from the establishment. I'm not there to loiter for like 3 hours. I'm just talking with one of my friends.
Yeah, I
It's
get
just
it.
arbitrary things like that just to get an extra 60 quid out of it.
Yeah.
And it's more like that idea of fine print and terms and conditions. Like, everything you have to agree to terms and conditions about everything. It feels like you can't really do anything of your own free will. There's always something that you have to agree to, or there's some underlying thing that someone's going to take advantage of. And parking fines is just my example of it.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
Well, I can agree on that point that it could get really crazy with what kind of reasons they can give you for giving you fines. I've actually gotten a fine for what was it? I think it was crossing the street when it was red light and a policeman watched me. Then he gave me a fine at around, I think it was 35 quid. Back when
why? Why should you be given a fine for that? If you get hit by a car, that's your own fucking problem.
Exactly, but apparently there was some arbitrary reasons why that was okay.
You're putting all.
It's
It's
jaywalking,
called
but, like,
jaywalking.
if-
You're putting other people in danger by walking into.
They are in a car surrounded by like a ton of metal.
But if they swerve and they hit a lot of other people, that's the problem. I get where you're coming from, but there's like much bigger issue than.
But then it's like a case by case basis, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
it,
and it
Yeah,
was
I
a
mean,
non-busy street, mind
Woofy,
you.
If Woofy's walking across a non-busy street, then fair enough. But like when you have like a major public crossing, I'm thinking like you know, in middle of Tokyo, that really famous crossing where there's hundreds of people.
The crossing
all
in
at once.
Shibuya. Yep.
Yes, thank you. That then I can understand that. But it's like it's a case by case basis, and it's just like, oh no, jaywalking, fine.
Yeah, that.
Off. Like just
yeah.
get in the bin. Like.
No, I was laughing when you said parking because I actually have
Did
thought
you get a
about
parking ticket as well?
once, but that was because I forgot to set the clock thing.
Turn the dial. Yeah.
In the windshield. I don't know what it's called in English. I don't even know.
I
if you
have
have
no
that.
idea what you're
It's
reading.
a it's
we
a
have, like,
transparent clock in a windshield, so you can
Yeah,
like
that's-
set the
that's-
time.
Lets people know when you park there. So you set it like 12, and then you have the sign says 3 hours parking, so you have to be back before those 3 hours are up. So the parking
why?
attendants, I don't know, but I forgot to set it once, and I got a parking fine. I was like, I was just shopping at the shopping center, and I'm a patron. I went in, I bought shit. Oh, but this is private property. We own this parking. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Don't. But I believe that like parking in like public areas should be free.
Yeah, no matter how long you're staying
Because
there.
we pay in Denmark, we pay taxes for the roads and stuff like that. So why wouldn't parking? I paid for that. Like why are you also taxing me for parking there? There should be like 1 or 2 exceptions. That should be like service ways and emergency exits. That's the only like place you can't park, in my opinion. But everywhere else should be like game.
Yeah, free game.
Free game. It's,
Yeah,
So long
free
as you
game.
park safely, obviously. You're not just gonna
Yeah.
in the middle of a motorway.
Oh,
like,
I'm just gonna park on the sidewalk. Fuck you. No, not like that. I'm just saying like if there's a space available, why do I have to pay the city to park there? Because I pay taxes in this city. So why am I also paying for parking there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Like why? And the parking meter is always like, 15 minutes. Oh, you want to increment that? 15 plus 10 plus 10. Fuck you. Don't do that.
Yeah, because also everything's expensive enough these days anyway. So just adding on additional fees. I was going to say that they're really like not utilizing the system to its full effect. So Crusher, you park on a pavement and you get fined for it, and that means Woofy has to walk around the car into the road and gets fined for jaywalking. Like double the money, and they're just not doing it. Obviously, please don't do that. That's freaking dreadful. But
True.
But still,
we live in that could happen.
it really says a lot about society.
I was trying to avoid saying that.
I knew where you were going with that.
It really says a lot about society
that's
when
like-
you get fined for everything you do.
But that's the thing, like, even just going back to my first thing, is like, there would be, like, conditions and, like, sub-parentheses and paragraphs as well, where it's like, oh, well, actually, you owe us 80 freaking euro because of section 14, paragraph D, word 2, and 3, which says, fuck you, I want my 80 euros. Like,
True.
it's like, piss off. You're just making up bullshit at that point.
Well,
I agree.
speaking of bullshit, it's time for Snooty's second sin.
And this is some real fucking bullshit. All right.
All right.
Get ready for this. This is about the fucking idiots in public who talk on the phone, on speakerphone, or listen to like music on those fucking like big ass stereos that they carry around in like a fucking suitcase, and just, oh, look at me, I'm throwing a party in the fucking subway. Shut up! No one cares about your shitty fucking SoundCloud music. Stop!
Crusher just
fucking
aged
clown.
60 years.
Yeah, I'm so sick of it. Like, even with headphones, I never go anywhere without headphones in, and I can still hear those fucking idiots. It's in-ear headphones, noise canceling. I can still hear you. Shut up!
So you're not gonna be happy about listening to If You Wanna Be My
I'm
Lover.
30 now, so I can be mad about this.
Okay,
I-
boomer.
Yeah, you now hit that age where you walk into like a music store where they're playing all the music, and you're like, this should be turned down.
I'm not gonna lie, that happened to me yesterday. But that was for a different reason. So yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
that
just
was
that is such a lack of respect, and no one cares about your private conversation. Like, it's got a fucking thing that you can put it up to your fucking face and talking to it, and you can listen like really close to your ears. That's how phone work.
that's
learn
how phone work.
Learn how to phone. You don't have to press speaker. That's my impression of it.
Yeah, apparently so.
I think if you're gonna like play music really loudly, at least make it good freaking music.
yeah, at least.
No one else's music
No.
is good. It's always the worst.
Yeah, why
music.
is it the music that you hear the loudest is always the shittest?
Yeah.
Like,
Because-
there's only been one occasion I can recall in my life where someone has been blasting music out, and I'm there like, you know what? That's a good fucking song, actually. And they,
Never
funny
happened
enough,
to me.
they were playing. I think they were playing like an Avenged Sevenfold song.
I was
like,
actually
fantastic.
thinking that. I was actually.
And I'm like, it'll be like, if someone's just playing Raining Blood or something on full volume, like, yeah, I could jam to this.
That'd be good. Yeah, but that's my thing. That's the only one I think where I'm gonna get heated.
Okay.
You're gonna get hated for it?
No,
Well,
heat
just-
it.
Oh, heated. Oh, okay.
Heated. I got heated. I yelled. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Okay. My second sin is a sentence of 2 words that every single time I hear them sends a cold chill down my spine. My freedom. There's nothing I hate more than a person that justifies stupid decisions with, it's my freedom. I hate it. It shall stop today, not later, not tomorrow. It's not gonna be one of those cases where you listen to TJ saying, oh, I actually watched SAO and I kinda liked it while we're playing Ironside in a competitive environment. I hate that whole my freedom speech, because you can spare me the fucking platitudes and just say, I'm too stupid, me no wanna. Try that instead, because I am so done with listening to people justifying dumb decisions with my freedom, because fuck your freedom. Think about other people.
Enjoyed it, as is my right and my freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And every time I hear that, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna fucking show you some freedom. I'm gonna your free trial of life has ended.
I love how throughout Wolfie's rant, like, Crusher keeps it together as much as he can and just slowly, like, loops forward onto his side.
The only thing I can think of is my freedoms.
My freedoms! Yeah, but exactly right. There's even a meme about it because it's so stupid.
My
It's
freedoms.
my freedoms. I hate it so much because, like, every time I hear it from somebody when they are saying it's my freedom, it's always because they're deciding to do something ridiculous that is so illogical and so hurtful for anyone around you except for yourself, because you don't care, because that's my freedoms.
Of course I can have guns. Of course I can have guns available to kids that can like shoot up schools. It's my freedom. I can own as many guns as I want. Like, empty a clip into a fucking pedestrian.
Wall.
Like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, you
my
know.
freedom.
As long as that pedestrian goes into the road, the pedestrian also has to worry about the £35 fine.
Yeah, we're apparently gonna call back to the
Lofi, why did you
jaywalking.
respond to your jaywalking incident with, but it's my freedom?
But it must my freedoms.
My freedoms.
I just went, oh, right, yes, good, yes, very good.
Yeah, understandable. Have a nice day.
Checks out. Yep, that checks out. Off he goes.
God damn, that made me cry.
Apparently so. As soon as I just said my freedom, you were about my freedoms.
It was all I could hear, I think.
Good shit.
That's good.
So
TJ.
TJ.
You wanna go next?
Sure.
Do you have anything to top that?
I think, well, I don't think whether or not I can top that is the question. It's more, so I've been browsing through morbid curiosity more than anything.
Right.
The r/anti-work Reddit.
Yes.
Right. I think that Reddit is fantastic. And first of all, like, as an observation, it's normally stuff in America.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not me stereotyping, it's just that most of the posts, like, particularly when it comes to like wages and salary, like, you know, the language that use Americanisms like wages and salary, it's all in dollars. So of course it's America, right?
Yeah. It could also be Canada, but
could also be yeah, fair point. Yeah, I will concede that, but it's not over here. It, you know, there are obviously some posts. It's an international community, so yeah, fair enough. But my dedication is like, it's just like the reason that Reddit exists, essentially. It's like you read these stories of people who are working. You read these people that, like, you know, how much they're being underpaid, like the bullshit surrounding like holidays is another one, like unionization as well. It's like it just baffles me. It's like everything wrong with the working world is just upper management. It's the decisions that they seem to make. I am affected by it as well, not to a lesser extent, because I actually sort of like my job. But I still think, you know, I am underpaid. I don't think I get enough holidays, even though I have where I work in my particular company, I have it better than others. I was promoted into my current department from a worse place, so I do have it better. I'm probably one of the better places in the company to work if for my salary level. You know, anywhere other than that, then it's a freaking office job, and that just sounds like hell more than anything, because I would hate working in an office. But you know, I have it better than others, but it's like just the disconnects between people with like upper management. Yeah, like it feels like the further up the corporate ladder you go, the more out of touch and the more like, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel human. It feels more robotic. I like the idea that I think one of the posts was like every CEO could be replaced by a robot and you wouldn't tell the difference. So you're saying that they're becoming alienated the further up they climb the ladder. They become alienated from humans. It's me as, you know, as my freaking lefty Labour supporting self, where it's like, you know, it's all just the pursuit of just making more money at whatever cost. It's like, I get paid the minimum wage here in the UK, which I don't mind disclosing, is £8.91 an hour. I couldn't transfer that into other currencies, but that's what it is. That is how much I get paid an hour. And that is the minimum wage. And that, to me, says that I'm only being paid this wage because it's a legal requirement. As in, if it wasn't a legal requirement, I would be paid even less than that. Yeah. That's how it feels to me. That's how I read it, essentially. Yeah. So, you know, and it's like you try and argue your points across. Like, I'm a firm believer in the living wage. So here in the UK, there is a voluntary scheme that companies can subscribe to, where they actually agree to pay workers the living wage, which I think at when I last checked, so £8.91 is minimum wage. Living wage is about £9.50 to £10. And essentially that means that is enough money for the average person to live off, to provide all their utilities, all their food, and also give them a little bit to, you know, live with. Yeah, let's spending money, a little bit of spending money, yeah. So not all of your money goes on your expenditure throughout the month. So you actually can have a life in a way. And thankfully, you know, my immediate boss, my immediate manager, also agrees with this. You know, he does fight. I'm thankfully getting a pay rise in April, purely because he's been like lobbying it for ages. Essentially, that you know, the people that work under me are more skilled. They deserve to be paid a wage that suits them. So, well done. I agree with that. But it's just the disconnect. It's exploitation as well. It's like you are not a person. You are a number. Like you could be replaced like that as well. And thankfully, you know, employees are realizing that they actually have power. Because before we were in such an awful job climate that you couldn't just like leave your job and go into another job straight away. Like there was barely any jobs going around. You were stuck there. And the only way you could leave was if you already had another job lined up. But now, obviously, we're approaching post-pandemic now. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, of course. I know we are still in a global pandemic. But, you know, there are a lot more vacancies going around. People realizing that, you know what, they have power. And freaking power to them. But it's the people that put them in that situation in the first place is where I take the issue with. So, second only sin is going to be upper management.
Boom.
Mic drop. That was quite a long rant, actually, I realised. So I'm going to take a back seat.
No, that's fine. I can't say that I disagree. Luckily, like, everything here in Denmark is unionized, so...
Yeah, so if somebody gets fucked over, they will be fucked over.
It's way higher. For someone in a field where they don't have the necessary education, it's like £12. I just looked it up while you were talking.
Yeah.
And if you have the education necessary for that field of work, then it's like 15 to 20. So it's not a big discrepancy between having an education and doing a job. And yeah, so good on you. I guess.
Yeah, but then again, we also do pay more taxes than they do in the UK.
Yeah.
So of course we get more money in.
That's the thing that annoys me. It's like the outrage. Oh, but I don't want to pay more taxes. It's like if I paid an extra £1 of tax in order for everyone to be able to work off a living wage, I'd pay that. I'm not gonna miss £1 of my monthly wage.
That's how.
So people are like, oh, they're gonna drive the taxes up. It's like, oh no, you're gonna have to pay an extra 40 pence. What do you fucking do?
But we have like
you like losing the money with a Freddo off your wage packet. Oh no, like fuck off.
We can't complain about anything here.
No.
Maybe too good, I think.
Yeah, we have it too good that we're trying to find things to complain about here in Denmark. Yeah. Honestly, it's that bad. So, and that's of course we're just circle jerking about our own country, and we can keep on doing that forever. Whenever we speak with anyone from outside our country, we're just like, Denmark, everything works over here.
Lofi, do you remember there was a commercial at one point on television where it's like a union. And they went to America and they interviewed people on the street, and they were like, "Hey, did you know that people in Denmark get 5 weeks paid, like vacation?
Yeah.
Like,
wasn't
what?
it?
No
wasn't
way.
it?
We get maybe 2 days or something." I was like,
"Yeah,
what?
a year, 2 days a year."
Yeah.
Oh, we get 5 weeks a year.
Then they did a sequel to that where they interviewed women, and they were like, "Hey, did you know that women in Denmark get up to a year paid paternity leave?" And they were like fucking floored. They're shocked.
Yeah,
like,
but
that doesn't happen anywhere else.
No.
So I agree.
That's why your freedom got you.
Yeah, my freedoms.
My freedoms.
Yeah, my freedoms.
But yeah, speaking of my freedoms, it's your freedom to tell us your next deadly sin, Snooty.
This is gonna be a short one because I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, I've kind of hogged all the limelight for a minute.
No, that's fine. I don't have a lot to say about this, but I'll end it with a quote from I don't know who. But Twitter arguments and drama. It's so dumb, and I can't remember who said this, but arguing on the internet is like pissing in the wind. It's so fucking stupid to me that you can like get in a fight and get so fucking riled up, and about something, and then people jump into the drama, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a part of this too." Shut up! No, you're not. This isn't about
Get
you.
the hell out
Shut
of
up.
here.
Yeah, get out.
Get
And they
out!
keep talking it up and keep punching it up, and did you hear that? Blah blah said this about blah, 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 blah. Shut up. No one
It's
cares.
so schoolyard, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
We're kids in a playground again. Oh, but he said, you said, he said, oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's my third sin. I don't have a lot to say about this.
Okay.
I just think it's very dumb to get riled up about
Yeah.
things that doesn't concern you on the internet, or taking sides of, let's say, an internet celebrity who.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like Twitter arguments and drama when it's not like relating to you directly. Then it's stupid.
I mean, you can share your opinions on the internet, but no one is obligated to agree with you.
No.
Or like, yeah, and then lead a campaign against someone because this person that I like said something about this person, so now I don't like them. Shut up. No one cares.
Shut up.
Fuck
Just
you.
Shut up.
That's it.
All right. Well, I also got a quick one here. The bus stopper, as I like to call them. People that literally run after the bus in the millisecond it's about to drive, and they're like a kilometer away. But the bus driver is so nice that he'll stay, and that's respect to the person driving the bus for being so patient. But I hate a person that's like, oh, I'm missing this, but I'm not gonna let it happen. So I'm just gonna, oh my god, get over here! And you're just waiting 2 to 3 extra minutes at a bus stop just for one person that couldn't wait for the next bus. I hate it. Stop it. Yes.
I have a controversial opinion. I think the bus driver is at fault here. I hope that our transportation system could one day become like Japan's, where it's like they have an average delay time of like less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was 24 seconds or something
And
like
that's-
that at the train
and that's
stations.
That's across all train stations.
Yeah.
I
And there
would like
was
to see
even
that
a
on
big
buses.
outrage about it when it was like, I think it was 30 seconds late. It was a big outrage because it was like, we're used to it being on time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had to apologize. Like,
So I think that the bus driver waiting for people who are far away for them to catch up to the bus, just wait for the next bus.
yeah. And but it's
I
also different because it is how it's happening over here where I live now compared to where I lived before. Because where I lived before, the bus driver gave 0 shits. It had to be on time. It left when it left. If you couldn't get
Because
it in
people-
time, too
You're
bad.
keeping a lot of people like hostage basically because you're delaying them as well.
Exactly.
Like you're fucking
wait,
everyone's day up.
Everyone at the next stop is then going to be late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
the
just a
people-
domino
and-
effect.
Depending on how long you have to, and also like, what if like at the next stop it takes a little bit longer for people to get on? Therefore, people at the second stop have had to wait for the 2 delays worth, and it's going to be
Someone
even
needs
more
to buy
late.
a ticket.
And then it's like if you're, and you know, like on one of those stops there might just be some British guy who doesn't understand the Danish bus service system, and it has to be explained to him.
Dumb British guy.
Yeah, I know, and you know that takes even more time as well. And unfortunately, it's like I know that I would imagine with I think Wolfie just got that with the bus drivers, of course, they are. I would assume going to be facing some. You enjoyed yourself, Wolfie. Some form of penalty for being late. That normally means that the bus driver has to make up that time, where they might have to drive a little bit quicker, a little bit more reckless, and it's just such a butterfly effect. It's like, also, if you're able to outrun the bus, why the hell are you even taking the bus in the first place? You don't freaking need the bus at that point. Just leave.
But also, you're
If you aren't on time, it's like it's more down to people think the world revolves around them. Like, I'm on the way to the bus, therefore this bus should stop for me. No, it shouldn't.
Nope.
Just be on time.
Exactly.
I can't help but to think like TJ for the first time coming to Denmark, and Cross is standing there like, Yes, TJ, you go into the bus from the right side. Oh, the right side.
The wrong side. You drive on the wrong side of the road. But
Said the one that lives in a country out of 2 countries in the whole world. Okay, 3 countries in the whole world. That drives on the left side.
Anyway, TJ, your third.
My third. Yeah, this is a short one. This actually more relates to video games.
Yes.
And I will keep my ranting short for this one. Is that well, it's not even. It's already a big thing. It already happened, but it's like we're paying more money for less content.
Yeah, for less game. Yeah.
For less game. I think a great example of this is like if you wanted The Sims, for instance, is like one of the most popular games as well. Like in general, everyone plays The Sims or has played it.
Yeah.
And it's like every single iteration of The Sims they do, they cut out more and more content to sell back to you.
Yeah.
DLC. When it's like, when I think it went from The Sims 3 to The Sims 4, it's like, why should I pay for The Sims 4 when I can play for The Sims 3 when I've already got all the content that you've just cut out of it? Or why don't I just play The Sims 2, which has got all of the content already in the game? And then this goes into the idea of like loot boxes, gating off content. What it is video game companies, not all of them, but it's mostly the bigger budget AAA industry, where they don't. I'm gonna borrow a comment from James Stephanie Sterling on the Jimquisition as well, where they said that video game companies don't want to make a lot of money. They want to make all the money. They want every single scrap, every single dime, and they will literally fight tooth and nail for their right to sell loot boxes, for their right to sell glorified casinos into their games, and they will fight for that as it is their freedom to do so.
Yeah. I just gotta say that isn't that literally how games have sadly developed over the last 10 to 15 years?
Every game is in beta forever. They never develop fully. It's so dumb.
Don't you all remember Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2?
Yes.
Where you loaded up that game. Obviously, this was a simpler time, so there's no updates. It was all on the disc. Everything was on the disc. So you put your disc in, you play through the main game, and it's like, oh, all this bonus content if you like completed all the challenges, you did it within a certain time, like all of these new cosmetics. You could go around as Spider-Man on a skateboard if you wanted to. That would just be DLC now.
Yeah.
But back then it was like, hey, this is just a fun, quirky thing, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes you could actually unlock them by doing something specific,
exactly,
and that was super fun.
Yeah, it rewards the player for finding these secrets. And like back then, like, you know,
2000s.
Mid 2000s, late 2000s, where there was such a big culture around like video game magazines, where they would normally say like, here's all the cool secrets that we found this week, you know. Next week we'll do a different game. And you know, then you have all of that. Like how awesome was that? And I'm so glad that I actually grew up in that era, but then I realized just how good that we really had it.
Because
the direction it was going to go.
We were spoiled back then. We got full games for a low price. I mean, just look at the PlayStation 2. You could buy games for 10 quid and you got a game that lasted you for 30 plus hours. Then you could go back into Blockbuster and get 3 new ones by selling the one you just bought from there.
Or rent it.
Or rented, you know?
Actually, I don't even think we were spoiled. I think the bar was just set too high.
So that the future generation from the Tencent onwards.
That should have been where it should have always been. That should have just been the bar, and that just stays from it.
Yeah,
you know,
the 2000s should have stayed.
The bar being low, like you bought a game. It's like, for some reason as well with video games, especially with like all these live services coming through, like we want you to keep playing games as a service. Whatever happened to the days like I spend like back in a simpler time, I would save up for 2 months with my pocket money to get a £30 game from Argos. And I would pay that, I would play through the game, and that would be it. I finished the game, and by the time I completed one game, I would go back to Argos to get another one. I didn't need to keep coming back for my daily reward login quest and the chest and all these cosmetics and all that. No, didn't need any of that. It was already all on the game, and I enjoyed it that way.
I think it's an immediate red flag if they have like a daily something. Like, I would never pick up a game like that, because I know that means there's no content that keeps me playing the game just for the game. I have to play the game for these cosmetics or these monies that I can use in their fucking store or whatever. It's an immediate red flag for me.
Yeah, games are not games anymore. They're essentially services, as you said, live service games. Now it's essentially just their glorified shop. That's essentially what it is. It's a glorified merch shop nowadays with most games. You get a game, but it's not very well polished. It's not very well made. The gameplay might be fun, but it's full of bugs and glitches. And they're trying to justify selling a lot of cosmetics because then we can fix the game. Fixing it later, that's kind of weird.
Do you remember the pre-owned market and how much game companies wanted to push back against that? Like, yes. The original Xbox One, I think it was the Xbox One, had it. One of its features that got leaked was that when you put a disc in, that disc can only be linked to that Xbox. So you couldn't sell it on. You couldn't give it to someone else. And thankfully, I'm so glad that the gaming community pushed way back against that, and I realized how dreadful that is. We've gone from the days where you bought a game. I think it did. There was something to do with that. Like it was Microsoft, and I think they were trying once upon a time. You know, I could be wrong. That's fine. Might have been Sony. Might have been anyone. But I think it was Microsoft, because this was at the same time with the whole like DRM always online sort of thing as well. It's like there was a lot of pushback. Thankfully, you know, Sony had the easiest freaking press conference at E3 for their announcement. Like, hey, all the things Microsoft just announced, we don't do any of that. Easy. Like, hole in one. Easiest thing of their life.
Yeah.
Got now where we've gone from buying games to for us to own. We're not buying... It used to be we bought the game and we owned the game and we played the game. Now they want it so we buy the right to play the game.
Yeah.
Couldn't you, in a sense, like just do every game is technically free, but you pay for the like rental, like the amount of time you put into it?
Yeah, but that's kind of like a subscription, right?
Oh,
like
you're just making Blockbuster.
You renting the game. Like, I was thinking more like an internet cafe where they already had the games on the computer. If you already had all the games on Steam, but you just played or paid for the amount that you played the game. So if you put 600 hours into a game, then you pay for something. I mean, that just sounds like better than...
So essentially you would prefer buying game time for every single game you had in your library,
that's
instead of having to pay for them to begin with.
That's kind of already what it is. What if I don't like the game? What if I like spent 50 euros on a game and 60 euros? Sorry, because it's hella expensive now.
Yeah.
But what if I don't like that game? I can't return it. Like I bought it online. Like there's. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Everything about this is dumb.
Yeah. I just did a double check as well. Actually, yes, it's 2013. Sorry. Microsoft reverses the Xbox One online check and use game policies way back in 2013.
Yeah.
It was like your Xbox always had to be online. You couldn't
even
play
if you played
offline.
single player.
If your console was not connected to the internet, you could not use it, and it would check every 24 hours. And also, there was the use game policy as well, where
it only linked to one.
When you put the disc in, you installed the data from the disc onto the console, which meant that someone else couldn't take that disc and install it off there because you've already had it essentially, and that would have just killed the pre-owned market. Well, but they reversed that, thankfully. But
Yeah.
that's where we could have been.
It would have just been them digging their
Like,
own
I
grave.
personally take I loved the pre-owned market. As Woofy said, like, you know, you'd buy a game, when you finish with it, you'd sell it, and then you'd buy other games at, you know, at a reduced price because they were pre-owned. Like, what's wrong with that? Obviously,
it's just-
corporations will
yeah,
say, "You're
it's
not
corporations,
paying full
yeah.
price for it." It's like,
My
fuck you,
money!
It's like, fuck you, I don't care.
I don't
My
care
business.
about your money. You're a fucking conglomerate. What are you talking about?
Everything else that if you sell it on loses its retail value. That's just the way it works.
Yes, this is how the world works. You cannot say, no, but that's not how you're supposed to buy our games.
But it's like
But my
everything else
freedoms.
works that way.
But my
Like,
freedoms.
My freedoms.
But yeah,
Anyway.
Snooty,
Yes, sorry.
you have
Okay, this is,
another one.
This is gonna be the most controversial one because I know that's. their-
Oh, not
I know-
not English.
I
dub
know-
Watchers
no, no.
should go to hell.
I know.
That was apparently not the worst one. That was not the controversial
No,
one.
because I'm gonna piss off the other one now.
Oh.
Oh God,
And please let me finish
no.
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna
I'll
say.
hear you out. Go on.
One Piece. 1,000 of anything is too much.
Yes.
Take,
Yes!
Hey, stop. I'm not done. Take anything, and make 1,000 of it, and it's too much. You can't watch it. Your favorite show, I don't care. I love blah blah, but it's if you have 1,000 episodes of it, it's too much. You can't stop. Just finish it. Just you should have stopped like 500 episodes.
Yes, a little louder for those at the back.
And that's the thing. Too much of a good thing is bad. It's bad. And that's the thing.
Well, I would just quickly. Yeah, TJ, he's dying over there. That's fine.
Jesus fucking
I gotta say yes, it's a lot of episode. I can agree with it, but if it wasn't One Piece, then it wouldn't have been able to run for 1,000 episodes. The reason why it has been able to run for 1,000 episodes is because this guy that has created this the series, Eiichiro Oda, has been like 16 steps ahead of himself the entire way. Every single moment can be linked back to like something in episode 909 could reference something from episode 20 because they have that continuity. And I feel the only reason why it works with One Piece is because the story is so consistent. There's no loopholes, there's no, oh no, Araki forgot, which is the creator of JoJo. He has a tendency of forgetting what he has created. So sometimes he makes a new stand and it's the exact same as another stand and he's like, oh, I forgot I made that already. But One Piece is very consistent. All the characters introduced in the series matter. Like, you have right now a roster of over 200 plus characters that are more than just side characters. We are at a point where we have a whole saga of characters you know. You know how they act, you know how they fight, you know who they ally with, who they agree with, who they disagree with. I would say One Piece is more than just an anime, it's an experience.
No one cares.
It's an experience, and people that don't want to watch it just because it's 1,000 episodes, if I see a person with a My Anime list with more than 1,000 episodes collectively watched, you're full of shit and should stop.
It's not the same.
It is the same.
No,
I don't care if you're watching 1,000
wait.
series.
Also, if you read
so
a
you're-
book of
so you're
1,000 pages, that's the same
I
as
need a
reading
calculator for this.
50 books worth 1,000 pages. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay,
You're
then
reading
yeah.
15 books.
Okay, but
It's
you know
not the
what?
same.
Then you would, by that logic, say that you're saying 1,000 is too much of anything. Then
Yes.
all Lord of the Rings books, the original director's cut books, are irrelevant because they are all of them around 1,000 pages long.
But they're not 20-minute episodes worth 1,000.
No, that is true. But I'm just saying
That's-
you
it's
said
not
it
the
as a
same.
general term. You said anything that's above 1,000 of anything is bad. And TJ actually just pulled out a book that is most likely more than 1,000 pages. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
Is that the entire trilogy in one book?
Yes, this is the entire trilogy in one book.
Yes.
Okay, how many pages?
How many pages?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 800 something.
No, this is an index. This is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
16 pages of index.
It doesn't count.
I know.
Right, let me keep going. Because this is an anniversary edition, so it has like appendices and
Well, that doesn't count. Then.
and also like how to like read and write in like Elvish as
Oh
well.
my god, you're such a...
I fucking love
Said the
this.
guy that collected Marvel comics for the longest
look,
time.
You've also got the calendar in the Shire as well, if you really want to know how it works. Like family trees. Appendix B. Right. I think we just Alassa rode over Downs, took the East Road. Merry and Pippin rode to Bucklands. They were singing again as went. Sam returned to the Bywater, came up the hill where Dave was ending once more. Went on a yellow light, a fire within the evening meal was ready. He was expected. Rose drew him in, set him on a chair. Eleanor on his lap. He drew a deep breath and said, "Well, I'm back." That's the last lines of the book, and that is on page 1031.
I told you,
No,
Vince.
incorrect.
I told
Incorrect.
you.
Incorrect. You said each book was 1,000 pages. This is all 3 in 1.
Well, that's all of the books in one, so it's all of the books. I'm still correct. It's over 1,000 pages. So
really.
I win, you lose, you can't prove it, your sin is invalid. Next one. Oh, that's me.
But no, we're okay.
No,
we're
not
we're
so.
definitely gonna talk about this again. But you're so wrong.
No, you are so
Okay,
fucking wrong.
Next podcast episode, I think it's got its topic.
100%. The next one podcast is just gonna be 2 hours of us, like fucking dogging.
But it's
on,
like it's also
One Piece.
as well. It's like it's a different media as well. Like this is. But
That's what I said. 20-minute episodes of
Yeah.
1,000. Like that's
1,000.
too. That's too much.
No, it's not.
It's yes, it is. It's
No, it
too
isn't.
much.
It is designed that it's better than the rest when it can run that long.
How many hours for me to catch up?
How many hours for you to catch up?
Oh.
Let me actually just do the maths. Let me do them real quick.
If I
I
had
think we- I
48
think we
hours
worked
in a
it
day,
out.
I
It was-
still wouldn't be able to catch
I
up
think
this year.
didn't we calculate it? I think it's like
24,168 minutes.
minutes, which is how many days?
I'll check it.
But I don't have full days, and that would mean like.
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
nothing,
This is
so-
like if you watched every episode back to back with no break.
Oh my god, that's fucking insane! There are 1,007 episodes, right? It would take you 1,007 days to go from back to back.
No one.
If you watch one a day.
Oh,
Yeah.
one a day, yes.
Oh yeah, then I have to divide it. So
You have to you have to divide your minute number by hour. You need to put it into hours.
yeah. So you're saying the
And also,
collected
yes,
hours of
Collected hours, yeah.
yeah.
Like, and that's another topic as well. Like, it shouldn't take you 4.5 years to
No.
finish a series. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Well, it shouldn't take you that long to finish a piece of media, in my opinion.
True. That's my whole point. It's too long.
Learn how to pace.
No, just learn to watch proper stuff so you don't waste your time with all the other shit that takes like 10 to 12 episodes that are waste of your time.
Oh yes,
You know?
this was also my point, which I got the calculator for, was that Woofy would rather you, instead of watching 44 individual series, all 24 episodes long, he would rather you just watch One Piece.
Yes. Actually,
you can't watch
yes.
anything else. You
You can't watch
literally.
it. Yeah.
You can't
I have been
literally-
following One Piece for years, and I've still been able to watch Attack on Titan and so on.
There's a lot of
Can I-
other people haven't.
Can I?
So it's too much. You can't
No, it's
catch
not.
up to it. And
Yes,
then
you
gotta
can.
listen to these fucking idiots
Can
talk
I,
about One Piece.
guys? Can I combine my fourth deadly sin into this one, because it's
No.
very close and very related?
Okay.
Okay,
What
we
Crush
do
was
we
saying.
do you first and then Woofy. I
Yeah,
guess.
sorry.
Then-
Only because
then-
it's so close to what
Okay,
I was saying.
then he can also calm the fuck
The
down.
line "it gets better after 20 hours" is not a selling point.
What?
Say that again.
Okay. The
I was too
idea
busy
that like
doing
oh
different things.
yeah you and Wolfie are having a bit of a moment. It can be related to anime shows, related to video games. I had this comment thrown to me in regard to Xenoblade Chronicles, where it says the argument that I said that I stopped playing Xenoblade Chronicles because I got bored of it. And the counter argument my friend said to me was, it gets better after 20 hours. That is not a selling point.
Nope.
And apparently that is.
Well, I will never recommend you
also
Katekyoshi Hitman Reborn then.
Yeah, exactly, because that shouldn't be a selling point.
That's 22 episodes before the plot actually starts.
Yeah, like, if you're recommending a show, like, that's not how you start. Here's the thing, like, I have the only with Xenoblade Chronicles, I know that the Xenoblade franchise and their fans are very dedicated.
Yes.
And they say that the game's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm sure it is. I'm sure if I played the game to its full completion, I would love the game because I was enjoying the characters, I was enjoying the world, but I was also playing a video game. I was meant to be having fun.
Yeah.
And I wasn't having fun. So why should I have carried on for another 10 hours just to get to the good stuff? Why couldn't the good stuff be at the start of the game?
Or at least spread out throughout the game to keep you invested.
Exactly. Like, I streamed Xenoblade Chronicles. I did 2 streams of about 3 to 4 hours each. And I said, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm bored. I don't want to play this game anymore. And it's like, oh, but you're just getting past the tutorial.
What? Congratulations, you're still in the tutorial. Okay.
That's rough.
Well, but yeah, seriously, people that say anything bad about One Piece is literally just objectively wrong.
One Piece gets better after the 300th episode.
Give us your sin and we can
moving on.
We move on because this is dragging on.
But you still broke my heart, and that's why
I don't care.
I can't even look at you right now.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Well, number 4 is Snooty's trash taste on anime. That is a sin in of itself and should be, you should go to hell. You know what? I would actually watch English dubs of anime more than hear your takes, okay?
Hey, Woofy, how's the English dub of One Piece going?
That got cancelled like 3 or 4 times because first it was 4 kids, then it was not 4 kids, then it was 4 kids, then it was not 4 kids, and now it's Funimation. I should have saved this for
last because now he's gonna be salty the rest.
But yeah.
Oh no, I'm about to break this man in about.
But yeah.
Can you just give us the sin?
Yes.
And move on.
Anti-vaxxers.
Okay.
They are. They have no reason to exist. That's simple.
Well,
End of that.
Well, they probably won't for a very long time.
No. Oh, I'm so proud of my child. He reached the age of 4 before he left this world. That's a record. Like, what?
Oh, that's in such bad taste.
Oh, yeah, actually, sorry. I'm so sorry. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
I like it.
Don't send me cease and desist letters over this, but seriously, get vaccinated.
Just get vaccinated.
Yeah. End of story. Get it vaccinated. There's no discussion. Do it. End of story. Yes. Your turn.
But the science.
But my freedoms.
Do your own research.
Oh, I can go on a whole rant about that.
But yeah, you're saying you're going to destroy me, TJ. So I'm very excited for that. But first, Snooty, what do you have as your
doing
fifth?
reverse order now, I guess.
Okay, are we there?
Yeah.
Are we?
No, it's back to you because I combined my.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so it's back to you now.
Yeah.
Now back to me.
And now we're back to normal.
It's the reverse order because I go after.
Back to you, Crusher, with the weather.
It's sort of sunny, I guess.
Sort of sunny, I guess. Yeah.
It's sort of sunny, probably because you got your lamp on too bright. You got the windows closed.
Okay.
The curtains
closed. NFTs. That's it. It's dumb.
Yeah.
If you invest in NFTs, you're the dumbest person that ever existed. If you care about NFTs, you're even dumber. Like, stop. It doesn't make any sense. It's dumb. It's very, very dumb. You're wasting your money, and you're wasting my time by making me read your dumbass posts. Don't do it. Stop. Get some help.
Get some help.
Straightforward and on the dot. Well,
Like,
I guess
blockchain technology is so bad on so many.
But my
different levels.
blockchain.
But
It's-
blockchain.
It's bad for the environment. Oh, but we source energy from. No, you don't. Stop
No,
saying that.
no,
Don't
you're
try-
spending all of our energy. You're spending all of our power. It's not
You're
done.
the reason that you can't
Yeah.
get a new GPU. You're the reason that like computer components are in like you can't order any, and you're making the world worse by existing. Stop. Don't just stop.
It's like, but like, doesn't the modern banking system use so much energy as well? So it's really, us is not bad. It's like, yes, but that's the global banking system for 7 billion people, not a couple 100,000 of idiots.
Exactly.
Of course,
And-
it's going to use a lot of energy.
Crypto bro bank.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
dumb.
that shit.
It's never gonna be a thing. Quote me on that. In 20 years, when it's still not a thing, you can like play this clip back to people, and you can realize how many dumb fucking money you spent on nothing. You literally pay for nothing. You get nothing. Stop. Don't.
Good
do
day,
it.
sir.
Good day. I think that's my take.
Well, I have also one that's very quick. The food critic. There's nothing I hate more than this one loud asshole in a restaurant that goes like, "Oh, these potatoes are raw and this sauce is inexcusable. Oh, I can't believe these people. Where can I get this, chef? I need to complain." Shut the fuck up, you over-indulgent little fuck. You are not important. You're not important. End of story. You're not important. Shut the fuck up. If you have something to complain about, you can do it at home to your shitty wife. But don't yell loudly in a restaurant with other people saying, "Oh, this is unacceptable." Stop acting like a boomer in fucking public. Like, just please stop.
I thought for sure you were gonna talk about like YouTube food critics, like, "Hey, welcome back, guys, to my food review." Blah blah blah. This,
Legit food review.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That's so
but the
nasty.
food critic, I hate the people that are
Guilt
complaining in restaurants because it is very awkward. And as a person that has worked in culinary myself, it is not a pleasurable experience to get yelled at by some old asshole in his 70s that got 5 Mercedes at his fucking mansion and thinks that he needs to go to a little fine place to get something to eat, and then chooses like a normal restaurant where normal people are, and then they try to act as if they're the fucking queen or king of Denmark. Like, get the fuck out of here. Fuck off.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Dude, shut the fuck up. What the fuck, Snooty? I hate you so much, man. Why you gonna do this?
I had to do it. It's an inside joke. Sorry.
He sent me an inside joke where he's essentially
that's
just.
why I didn't say it like on the podcast. It was meant to be just for you.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
But
Moving on.
This kind of relates to NFTs as well. Like, I think me and Crusher are very well aligned on a few things, and also completely polar opposites in others. English dubs, but like, it's people that exist on social media, that all they want to do is have bragging rights. Your gloating and your bragging rights are not a personality trait. You're just a dick. Honestly, like, this goes to like NFTs, crypto. It's like no one actually cares. The only people who care are the people who are in your echo chamber, and they probably don't even care themselves. They probably hate your guts.
So
that's all. And NFTs are just people trying to show off.
So in other words,
they're willing to spend 6-figure sums of money for a JPEG so they can show off. That is literally the only reason your NFT exists. It has no physical value, no physical worth. It is only there for you to brag about.
But
Yes.
I have the
don't
monkey that fists the other monkey, and you have
Yeah,
the monkey that
But
doesn't.
the reality of the situation is that we don't give a fuck. So stop. Like, imagine if you would actually, like, one thing that I know I may sound callous about this, but genuinely it's just hilarious to me when you see stories of people who invest in crypto, invest in NFTs, and it crashes, it plummets, it burns, and they lose so much money. Like, oh, I've lost my life savings, all the money I was going to do to send, like, you know, my family members to college and everything. It's like, no, you lost it because you were a fucking idiot, and it's your fault. I have no sympathy for you. I have sympathy for your kids more than anything. The people that like would have benefited from that money, but no, you went because you wanted to spin the wheel, you wanted to roll the dice, and it came up snake eyes for you. And that's your problem.
Here's the thing, right? Because beforehand, for people to get scammed, they would like receive an email from a Nigerian prince, but now people have become the Nigerian prince themselves by thinking, like, being so delusional that thinking that these things are, oh, it's gonna take off, I'm gonna be so fucking, no, you already had the fucking money, invested in fucking real stock, and become rich if that's what you want. Don't stop
falling for these pyramid schemes.
It's a scam. It's such a scam. Don't scam yourself. That's it.
Why are you scamming yourself? Why are you scamming yourself? Why are you scamming yourself? But yeah, it just reminds me of one sentence from my favorite sitcom, Community. Surely, we've discussed this. You can't have baking as an identity.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So to summarize my deadly sin, it's, you know, internet bragging rights.
So cloud
are
chasers.
Not a personality. Well, not a personality trait. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you're number 6, Nudie Woody.
Hating on isekai anime.
Yes!
Woo! Listen.
Yes!
I know there's a lot of isekai anime out there, and not all of it's good. I even ragged on some of it the last time we spoke together.
I'm finna leave this podcast.
There are some good ones out there. Don't threaten me with a good time, sir. But there are some. There are some actual good ones out there.
Yeah, but it's like 1% out of 99, and 1% is less 99 or shit.
But it doesn't doesn't discredit an entire genre because some of it's bad.
The genre is made as a fad. It's the battle royale of anime. It's awful. Get it out of here.
But why do you play video games, right? It's to escape reality, and the isekai genre, as I see it, is sort of a person escaping reality to another reality by being isekai, like dying.
Yeah, but why not have a proper fucking fantasy world?
No, it's a second chance.
You can get a second chance without getting blasted into a 17th dimension of fucking slimes and goblins and orcs that all look the fucking same. And then they're saying, oh, this evil master, he's gonna take over the world. And it's the same evil master every time.
But
like,
I think it's
every time, man.
Hating full genre just because you dislike a couple or most of them. There are some actual legit good ones out there, and you're being stubborn and a One Piece lover.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe you needed more than that one parking fine. Because you're fucking parking in the wrong spot, my dude. Right now. You're parking in the fucking wrong spot. You have exceeded the allotted time for your bullshit!
I mean, you can also get that same level of escapism if you just, you know, use like something called lysergic acid diethylamide. What is it? Diethylamide?
What?
LSD. But not.
Okay.
Just if you want to escape isekai, LSD. Don't take LSD. Just
also don't kill yourself thinking that you're gonna go into a different world.
Yes, do not.
Don't. Real life is an anime, but I get the genre. I understand what it's about, and there are some legit good ones out there. As I said, Mushoku Tensei I think is a really good example of this. you haven't seen it, so don't shake your head at me, sir.
Oh yes, I will. Oh yes, I will.
Yeah, but I just think it's dumb hating a full genre just because one or two or three
tens or
whatever.
thousands or
I don't
hundreds.
care how many you've seen. You haven't seen the right ones.
Yes, I have seen the good ones, and then I have regrettably seen the worst one because I had to see what the fuss was all about.
What's the
Found
worst
out
one?
it was shit.
What's the
Do
worst
you even have to ask? Do you even have to ask which isekai anime have I hated on since the day one we have started talking together? What do you think?
That one I don't care about. The TJ watches.
Exactly.
I can't remember. What?
Sword Art Online.
All right.
That is literally by definition the worst isekai that has ever been created, and it was the one that created the whole isekai genre, and that's why I hate it so much. Because the worst anime from that year turned out to create a whole genre of awful rip-offs of the same bad concept.
Anyway, that's my take.
Fuck. Damn. You know what? I'm actually gonna put my number 7 at number 6 now because you mentioned it. Light novel isekai titles. I fucking hate them. It's a fucking essay. This man that took to another world and then suddenly became a farmer in the badlands of the Orc Empire. Why do you need a title that's longer than your fucking plot? Why? Stop it. Stop it. And then
why do you need a show that's 1,000 episodes longer than your actual plot?
Oh!
But the plot is still going, that's the problem. You have no idea what's going on in One Piece.
But
you
it's
have not
still
even seen
going.
first
It's
episode.
finishing this year.
TJ, before we
It's the
trigger
final
him,
season.
No.
before we trigger him anymore, just
Yeah, cut it right fucking now, because honestly, light novel isekai titles are ridiculous. That is actually one of the biggest reasons why I hate isekai. They have names that don't make any sense, and they're just supposed to be long because then people remember them. No, they don't. Does anybody actually call the anime Konosuba the whole title? No, they don't. They call it Konosuba because it's a light novel anime title, which is the longest.
So good, dude.
Yeah, it's great.
Kono Subarashi Sekai ni Shukufuku wo. Who says that? Nobody says that. They just call it Konosuba.
Just Konosuba.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You have to make an is it called an anagram? You have to make abbreviation. Thank you. You need to make an abbreviation for all these fucking isekai titles because they have 16 words inside the title. And it's so stupid. It makes no sense. These creators have been smoking something they shouldn't have. Why?
I sort of agree with this. Because this year, last year, I watched the worst isekai anime that I've watched, and that was a light novel title. Was the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated into another world as an aristocrat. That's
spoilers.
No, that's the whole plot.
That's the title.
Spoiler alert.
Sekai Saiko no Ansatsusha Isekai Kikusoku ni Tensei Suru. Yeah, that's again a long title. Like, why have such long titles? It makes no sense. It's
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
I'll give you that,
Rant over, and I'm
discredit
gonna calm down.
It doesn't discredit isekai, so
Yes, it does.
Go ahead.
I can't allow you to calm down just yet. So my 6th deadly sin. It is the it's the stop having fun crowd.
What?
It's to stop having fun. It's people that when you it's normally corresponds with new video game releases. A big one, of course, is going to be Pokemon. Pokemon Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl as well, like the remakes. Is that there are people that absolutely lampoon these franchises because, you know, they are flawed. They have their flaws. I'm not saying they're perfect, but it's normally when someone says an opinion of, "Hey, I actually quite like this." All of a sudden, like, they are now the target of like personal harassment. in a way. Well, bye, Crusher. Nice knowing you. Just like
Yeah, you just arrest him to the edge.
yeah. It's like when you say that you enjoy something, there are people that seem to get like personally attacked. Good choice. Personally attacked and personally offended by your enjoyment of something. Why? Why does it matter to you? Why does it affect you in any way?
Why can't I just enjoy killing people on the street? Like, why do you have to intervene? I mean, come on. I'm just having fun here.
Lofi, have you been taking climbing lessons? Because that's quite a reach.
It was just an extreme, like, example, but yeah, I know what you mean.
That was a good one. I like that.
Thank you. But yes, and of course I will bring up the personal example as well. When I, on a stream a couple of years ago, Wolfie's already referred to this one, so I have the complete green light to bring it back up. On a stream many years ago, I said the words, hey, I watched SAO, it was alright, I had fun.
How dare you?
Yes, that was.
How absolutely dare you? I haven't watched this
just,
part.
and you know, and that's not me being horrible to Wolfie. Wolfie's entitled to his opinion, but it's like people on. If you voice an opinion online, on social media, on Twitter, on Reddit, there's just this. There feels like there's just this band of people that goes around and say, "You stop having fun, stop enjoying yourself, because of X, Y, and Z reasons." It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm having the time of my life here. SAO, an incredibly flawed series, right? It is not the greatest thing ever made. It's certainly not the worst thing I've ever watched, but I enjoyed my time with it. Like, that's all there is. That's really the reality of it is. It's got some pretty, like, the soundtrack's great. It's got some pretty high battle themes. Plot fucking sucks. I could rant a whole hour on just, like, the characters and the ones that I hate, but I enjoyed my time with it. It's very much like the Transformer films by Michael Bay. Absolutely terrible, but I enjoyed my time watching them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But yeah, your last one, Snooda Woody.
Okay, and this is pretty much to sum up the entire episode, I think. People who are being a little bitch. That's my lesson. Don't be a little bitch.
Don't be a little bitch and
it's a sin to be a little bitch. Stop being a little bitch about it, and just don't be a little bitch.
Stop being a little bitch and watch One Piece. Stop being such a whiny little bitch. Oh no, 1,000 episodes is too much,
my fucking life. I don't have
better things to do with my life.
Listen, dude.
No.
I'm not gonna do
that. Yeah, but then you are just being a little bitch. So you're going again. You're actually committing your own sin.
I'm not
being a little bitch.
I'll watch. I'll give you this. I'll watch one episode of One Piece.
Okay, I'll show you the latest episode that came out with no context.
Why am I starting on the last episode? I need to start from the beginning if they're...
No, because you can't get the essence of what this show is about from the first episode. It's a pilot, just like any other series has a pilot.
Are you saying it gets better after 20 minutes?
When it's over?
No, it's getting better after I jaywalk all over your ass.
I loved One Piece when it was over. Like, that
the closing credits were the best part.
But stop being a little bitch.
Stop being a little bitch, Snooty.
Yeah,
I'll stop being a little bitch
because
I'll
it's
definitely
an inside joke with me and Crusher. Like, he keeps calling me a little bitch.
Definitely.
I feel personally attacked.
But I just thought it summed up the episode pretty good. Like, don't be a little. Like, if you're a little bitch, you're a little bitch. And,
you're a little bitch. You're a little bitch.
Stop being a little bitch about it. Just don't.
My eyes have been opened.
You have enlightened me, Snooty. Don't be a little bitch. Yeah, I'll take that with me to the grave.
So I guess Woofy?
Yeah, I have my last one.
Okay. If it's serious, I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm kidding. Just go ahead. Just don't be a little bitch about it.
Well, the seventh sin. I don't want to say it, but I am gonna say it. Sony's exclusives in the 2010s and onwards. Awful, boring games. I cannot stand playing more than 20 minutes of Uncharted before I lose my composure and want to like just drink myself until I like pass out. It's such a boring game, and all the goddamn exclusives they released from the PS3 and onwards were so boring. Little Big Planet, so boring. Uncharted, so boring. Sony, you've lost it. There was a time when you had Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and things were going well, and then suddenly you shit the bed and said, we need a guy like Indiana Jones because people like Indiana Jones, right?
You mean male Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider was a PS1 There was more for the PS1 that she was like a mascot for
PS1?
PlayStation. Yeah, the PS1. Shut the fuck up about that fucking YouTube poop, man. Damn it. Fuck.
Amazing.
Top 5 over PlayStation games. It's not PS1, 2, or 1. It's PS everyone. Yeah, enough about that. Everybody, you should just watch the YouTube poop yourself. It's in the description. I'll put it in there. It's called Unor's Little List, and it's being referenced maybe weekly towards me because people just love making fun of that dumb video. It's really, really good. Yeah, fuck you.
Really
What? That good? Amazing!
Can I just point out that you were the one that showed me that? So if you didn't want that, why would you do yourself that?
Why have you blessed
because
video?
Tobias and Muge said to me that I had to show it to you. They kept on pestering me until I actually did it.
You know, you don't have to do what other people tell you to, right?
Yeah, but you know...
She made a whole song about that.
But you know... Well, fuck you, I don't do what you tell me!
No, this is just my weekly quest of breaking Crusher.
Apparently so.
It's working. But
But
yeah, I sort of agree. Some of the titles are bad. I liked Uncharted though, so.
I just never found them fun, and I felt that Sony honestly had a better stride in the PS1 and PS2
Last of
days.
Us was average.
But also correct me if you're wrong, if I'm wrong. But your like favorite genre of video games is JRPGs, is it not? Then of course,
I mean,
Uncharted wouldn't be for you.
yeah, but I can tell you so far that the PS2 had lots of games I loved. Jak and Daxter, Ratchet & Clank, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. They had a lot of games that weren't JRPGs that were really good, and they were exclusives. Also, God of War, for an example, 1, 2, and 3, amazing games. The third, actually, there were 2 good exclusives between PS3 and now, and that was Heavy Rain and God of War 3. Those 2 were the only good exclusives they released in a whole decade. In my opinion, of course. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, but in my opinion, they only released 2 good exclusives in 10 plus years. And that's why I don't like Sony's exclusives anymore.
Alright. TJ?
Well, you kind of stolen my 7th sin.
Me?
Actually. Yeah, like mine was basically the same thing. It's just don't be a dick. Don't be a little bitch. Just
Don't be a little bitch. Okay.
Okay, so that's definitely making.
So kind of like I can tie on a bit to that one where I can say like I know just like my entire ethos on life. It's like it's just too much energy to just be a dick. Really.
Yeah, sure.
Like just relax.
Just do what you're doing.
Yeah, just vibe. It's okay. Like you know, just let people be. Let them, you know, do what they want to do, be what they want to be. Doesn't bother you. If it doesn't bother you, then you know, don't waste energy towards it.
Yeah, all right.
But to give an actual like sin, I will go for one of my recycled ones, which are like I included it and then I deleted it a little bit better later on. The idea of like you constantly need to be working or doing something for some random reason in order to feel like you're a functioning member of society.
Wow, I feel attacked now. That's
Yeah,
literally
that
all
was
I'm
a bit
doing.
too real now, Teach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
literally
went real
all I've
there.
been doing the last year and a half.
Yeah. Oh, gotta hit the feels. It's like, society, social media, just. Actually, no, it's more society, to be honest.
It says a lot about society.
Yeah, I know, but it does really. It's like, so this is my big argument against like education and schooling, like homework. I hate the fucking idea of it. It's like you spend 8-9 hours of your day at school, and then you go home to do even more work. Why?
Yeah.
Like, it's just there for the sake of it being there. The idea, like, if you, I know that my manager's talking to me about this. It's like he goes to work for 8 hours a day. Well, no, he was saying about, I think, one of his family members. They go to work for 8 hours, they come home, and then start responding to emails. Like, apparently they always have to be working at some point. You always have to be doing something. You can't just exist in the moment, because that's bad. That's you being lazy. Why are you being lazy? Stop doing nothing. Do something.
Do things. No. Yeah, exactly.
Do things. Like, do things with your life. Do things with your day. Do things with something. It's like, what's wrong with just existing and being in the moment? Like, you don't have to do anything. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Hey everyone, this is Lofi. Thank you so much for wanting to listen to our podcast, Zone's Outpost. I appreciate your support, and I do believe TJ and Snooty feels the same. If you like what you're hearing, please remember to do us a solid and comment, like, subscribe, plus dinging that notification bell so you won't miss a single upcoming video from the Duggie Zone on my channel. Now back to the episode. Alright, we're back from a short break. Sorry, I really had to go to the bathroom. But yeah, we are at the end of this episode, which means that it's time for the Zone's Outpost anime recommendation. And we have had a turn with each member. As far as I am aware, we've had one turn with Snooty, with the recommendation being Tenku Shimpan, or High Rise Invasion. Then we had TJ, as far as I remember.
I was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
another.
Another. I forgot about that. But yeah,
we're
now it's my turn.
Golden Kamui.
Yeah.
Next week, right? No, it's not. Yeah, it's not your turn to recommend.
It's TJ's turn to recommend.
It's my turn.
But it's my turn today to go through the anime that I recommended that we spent a little bit long. It took a little bit long because we took this hiatus between a few months. But the anime this time was Golden Kamui, as Snooty mentioned. And let me just give you a quick pitch. Essentially, National Treasure as an anime. Without Nicolas Cage. That's as simple as it gets. It's fun, it's vibrant, it's beautiful, well animated. Characters are just, like, in my opinion, I've fallen in love with these characters way more than I've done with many other shows. And I've watched a fair share of shows, but of course I want to hear what you both thought about Golden Kamui.
Didn't we just say that we're gonna discuss it next week?
Yeah, but we could go through the okay, just to quickly, what were your initial thoughts?
I was sort of surprised at how they ended the season. I was like, is that the ending? Like, what's going on here? I thought it ended kind of abruptly.
Yeah, because it ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, but overall, I think it was different. It wasn't bad or like particularly good for me. I think it was sort of slow paced, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backstory and things that you need to like pick up on and be like, oh wow, that's the thing from. But yeah, I'd recommend it, but it wasn't one of my favorite watches this year.
Yeah, all right. What about you, TJ?
Without going into too much detail, of course.
Yeah.
So, wait, are we just doing a quick summary?
Yeah, just a quick summary, and we're going to discuss it in detail next time.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to drop the bombshell.
Hmm?
Is I couldn't finish it
Oh.
because, I dropped it. I gave it, I think I gave it 7 episodes, and I decided that it wasn't for me. I have my reasons, you know.
Yeah, but that's okay, because then we have actually something to discuss next episode.
Were any of the reasons the ones that I mentioned?
You didn't mention any.
Oh, he
No,
did.
I said it was sort of slow paced and there was a lot of
Yeah, I had pacing was one, but I think like the crux of it is that I didn't feel the show did enough to hold my interest enough. Like there were shows that I gave a chance to and I dropped for much less. Like if this was a show that I watched in my own time, I probably would have given up a lot earlier. But I tried to keep going, and it's like, maybe I'll find something, because there is something there. There are parts of the show that I did enjoy, but the series just didn't do enough to keep me invested in it. And it's to do with pacing. I had a few issues with like the direction of the show, but of course I'll go into a lot more detail next time. But essentially that's what it boils down to. I didn't hate it at all. I didn't just say, no, this is terrible. Why? Blah, 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 blah. No, I just said, like, I think this is enough.
That's fair. But that actually means that we are ending today's episode. But before we end it completely, it is back with the new rotation for recommended anime. The Zone's Outpost anime recommendation this time around is the one and only TJ DJ. Tell us, what is the anime we're going to watch until next episode?
So I have chosen this. It's been on my plan to watch this for a very long time. I'm hoping none of you guys have seen it, but you might have, because I would like us all to watch Death Parade, the 2015 series created by Madhouse.
Oh, well, that's perfect. That has been on my to-watch list for forever.
Good.
So that's perfect.
A show what he's not watched?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
What?
Are we watching the dub or sub?
Yeah, we're watching the one that doesn't require jaywalking and fines, okay? So we're going with sub, right?
The one that's not sending you to hell.
That doesn't send you to hell.
I actually haven't watched it, but I've been interested in it, so that's...
Yes, so
cool.
That's my recommendation.
All right. Well, that means that next time around, our next episode will be about discussing a Golden Kamui and, of course, discussing the other anime that is the one that just got recommended, which is Death Parade, that we three will watch until next episode, which will most likely happen at the end of February. But don't hold me up to it. It is about timing and scheduling, and we'll try to get it out as soon as possible. That was everything from the Zone's Outpost. See you next time. Bye-bye.